Tell me your thoughts on the data side. We have more data than we have ever had, and it's incredibly useful, but we can also hide behind our data. And think about the last time we went to like a client advisory board meeting or something, right? Where we had just a group of clients. We always come out and we're like, oh my gosh, we got to do this again. We got to do this more often. We learn so much by just talking. And we can think that in our sales processes, we're talking to prospects all the time. Customer success, they're talking to customers all the time. The thing is, those conversations are sales-led conversations, not true discovery conversations. And it's not to say there's not important, incredibly important things, but the task there is to sell, right? To bring in a prospect and sell what we have. And in customer success, it's ultimately to cross-sell and upsell, keep loyalty, cross-sell, upsell.
It's an interesting point that you raise is like, that's also how sales works. But I feel like what marketing has learned in the last few years is that we need to provide kind of unconditional value first. So I feel like if sales also took the time to just go and listen to their customers and talk about their problems without trying to sell every once in a while, you would probably end up having more quality conversations with the customer that would then lead you to be able to offer a solution that makes more sense and the customer would appreciate. So maybe a little bit of less direct selling actually leads to better selling. I don't know. I'm not a salesperson, but just a thought.
But as an organization, we can be better at less direct selling, right? That's what they don't want. That's what they don't trust. That's the trust epidemic that we're in the middle of, right? And so having those conversations, most CMOs that I talk to, when they take on a new role, first thing they do is they go out and they have 10, 15, 20 different conversations with customers, non-sales conversations that are like this, right? Like, what is it in your job, in your position, and in the business that are the difficult things, the biggest challenges, right, to creating success? We don't get into those kind of conversations. In fact, Gong told us that a big study they did with thousands and thousands of sales conversations, that actually the sales rep talks 2/3 to 3/4 of the time. So the question is, where do we have those conversations that open it up wide and build trust where we can learn? It's interesting.
I think it's an interesting kind of balance between obviously sales leadership, but account management leadership. Do we have space for those types of conversations? And then is there another kind of leg in the organization that could do that? Could marketing kind of fit in there? Or could we have in the course of doing, for example, studies to make sure that we do our operations better? Maybe those are the types of places to have those kind of conversations. But it's a lot about how do we lead ourselves so that we get to have those conversations.